Kieffer Roberto Francisco Moore. What a player. The player that is leading Wrexham's improved run of form. Hat-trick hero from Friday night's game against Coventry. What a signing he is proving to be. And here we're going to have a little conversation around why he's been so good and why maybe he's eclipsing some of the bigger name or certainly bigger spend signings that we saw during the summer. Now, firstly, it's not a massive surprise to me that it's taking Wrexham and Phil Parkinson a while to work out what their best team is, because the influx of players was so massive, and loads of players in different positions as well, especially from an attacking perspective, that it's taken a while for Parkinson to work out what combinations work best, which players are now fit and ready to play. And Moore is certainly the one now where if you're looking at Wrexham and you're saying who is a non-negotiable starter, he absolutely is that. And given Nathan Broadhead's arrival for a huge fee in the summer, given Josh Windass's arrival as well, not to mention previous players already there, such as Sam Smith, who still looks lively when he comes on, it was never going to be a guarantee that Moore would come in and be the talisman. But that's exactly what he's looking like now. Now, if we look at his hat trick on Friday night, firstly, it was a perfect hat trick. The first goal with his right foot, the second goal with his head, and the third goal with his left foot. And this kind of sums him up, because obviously the biggest strength to Kieffer Moore, and there's no denying this, is both his size, but not just his size, is also his aerial ability. He's someone who is very, very good at winning headers. As we've seen with a previous header goal this season, he's incredibly agile in the air. Like, he can manoeuvre his body really well to ensure that he gets first contact, but he's also just a very good header of the ball. Like, that isn't always the case with big players. Sometimes you see tall players who are good at winning headers but aren't necessarily very good at controlling them. With Moore, both in terms of his hold-up play, flicking balls on, bringing others into play, but also shooting, he's an incredibly effective header of the ball, and that was seen with his second goal. What wasn't put off by the defender in front of him from Coventry, met the ball really well, planted it into the near side of the goal and beat the keeper comprehensively, and that is what he brings. But he's also, he's not necessarily the most athletic or mobile, but he puts a shift in up front too. Like, he's someone who leads the line very well. He's not a big lump up top. He's someone that can harry defenders, can press relatively effectively, whilst also providing that outlet from a kind of attacking perspective, where you can always go long and hit him. And we know that Phil Parkinson generally likes to go from back to front very quickly, and in order to do that, you need a striker who can win his aerial duels or can dominate defenders physically, and that's certainly something that he's very capable of doing. Now we've got to look at the assister from Friday night, because I can't imagine there have been very many perfect hat-tricks that also come from a hat-trick of assists. And I think in Josh Windass we have the perfect foil effectively for Kieffer Moore, because Windass is someone who we know likes to drop deep. He's a goal threat, but isn't someone who's going to occupy the penalty box consistently. He likes to get on the ball in deeper areas on both flanks as well. We know that he also likes to shoot from range, so Moore's hold-up play is going to be effective there, where if Moore wins first contact or even just causes some carnage amongst the defensive line, the clearance or Moore's knockdown will always fall to Windass, who we know is very effective from that kind of 25-30 yard range, either creatively or from his shooting ability too. But we saw from a creative point of view why Windass is going to be such an important player here for Moore, because you're going to want a number 10 playing off Moore who isn't going to be kind of central consistently. And the first two assists from Windass both came from him pulling out to the right hand side, getting on the ball and crosses into the box. The second was out on the left channel, where it was a really cute pass played through to Moore and then a very good finish. So in terms of a creative player to play alongside him, you've got someone who can do the defense splitting pass from a shorter space of distance, but also someone who can play as that wide player who can cross balls into the box to meet that 6'5" striker. And for Nathan Broadhead, I think he's now going to find it very difficult to find a way to start games, because Windass and Moore have shown on Friday night against a good defence in Coventry's that they're going to be very, very capable of finding a way to consistently create chances from open play. So Moore, I think, has shown what he's about. He's going to love playing with Windass. He's also going to have, we didn't see it on Friday, but in Cae, who's now coming back into the side on the left-hand side, and Kabore on the right, two really good attacking wing-backs who'll get balls into the box too. So, the interesting thing was when he came off the bench against Cardiff in midweek in a game that ultimately proved to be a defeat, but he changed the game when he came on and he scored the goal, and that ended a bit of a goal drought. He'd scored in 4 consecutive games early in the season but hadn't scored in a few. Now he looks back to his really confident self, and I think in Kieffer Moore, Wrexham have a striker that is going to provide a lot of goals but also get the best out of the players playing around him too. DragonSports is your place to go for all of your Welsh sports news, so make sure you follow them on social media and keep checking out the channel for more videos like this.